Mm. Hi. I am going through a moment, I think. Um, I shouldn't say a moment. It's been like weeks where I felt like this. But today, I don't know. I just wanted to run away and just let me just explain what happened. Um, Basically, I feel that I'm going through some sort of anxiety period or anxiety episode, but today I've gotten some in the last few days it's gotten so bad. It's gotten so uncomfortable. Um and it's my own fault, truly. Uh I just want to do a good job and not bother anyone and not like step on any toes and be kind, and like there's a bit of people pleasing in there and there's a bit of fear in there, and I just want to talk about what happened today. Anyway, you're gonna hear this and you're gonna think that I'm so silly, and it probably is really really silly and not that big a deal, but it's the type of stuff that really knocks me down. Basically, if you don't know, I work in an elementary school, and I go into, this is like my least favorite part of it, I go into different classrooms and I work with the kids one on one. The one thing that I don't like about it is that I'm entering a space that's like not designated for me. This is someone's classroom. It to me it feels like coming into a house that's not mine, and it is like not established. There's no established place for me. I kind of go see what like little corners open, and some teachers have made like have a general idea like, oh, when Joe comes in she goes here and the students are allowed to go there. And I really like that when there's like a space already with like, it's not specifically made for me with in mind. Like I can go anywhere, truly. I just need two chairs and a desk. But it's nice when there's a corner, when there's like a place out of the teacher's like jurisdiction, not jurisdiction, just like out of the teacher's way. And I feel like I'm in the teacher's way sometimes. Like I said, like there are some classes where it's not like that, but I really do feel like I'm entering an established system where the teacher is like the ruler. This is the teacher's place of work, but it's also like their home in a little bit. They spend so much time there. And I come in, here comes this girl who doesn't really look like she looks fresh out of high school. That's my assumption. But I come in and I've had some teachers be crazy nice and be so great, and I love working with them. And then there are some teachers where I'm like, I have absolutely no idea how they feel about me. So all I can do is always smile and give them and like respond in like this high pitched kindness, which kind of irritates me. But um, I entered into these places where I feel like I'm interrupting the teacher's flow essentially. And maybe there's a part of me that says, "Well, I wouldn't like if someone did that to me." But it's like it's my job, and I know that, and I keep telling myself that. So I go in and I do my job, and I have to essentially like ask the teacher to, like, in the middle of their lesson or in the middle of whatever they're doing, I ask them to please like send me a kid, and then I'll talk to that kid to send me a kid, and then we'll just go on a line like that. However, it can be a bit disruptive when either the kids like you too much and they get all excited when you come in and they start like asking me a million questions, which always happens, or they like, I don't know, I feel like I'm more chaotic when I come in and I'm more of a nuisance than like a help. And I'm supposed to be a help. I'm supposed to be helping these kids progress in their reading and their reading skills. And I do believe I'm doing that. However, I'm coming in, the students are shouting, and like I don't know what's wrong with me. Lately I've gotten better, but I don't know what's in me that I can't interfere on the teacher's way of disciplining. I can't like shout at them to stop. It's just like I can't, like I've gotten better to like, oh, like sit down, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. Um Sit down, go back to your seat. Go back to your seat, I'm starting to say those types of things. It's the type of things where I have to rehearse, and like, I don't want to say too much, like don't interrupt the teacher, blah blah blah. But I do feel like a disruption, especially in this one class, where the kids are a little bit rowdier, and maybe not rowdy, but like they're definitely more energized. And I come in and suddenly they're all shouting, like asking when their turn is with me. And I feel so sorry for the teacher. I'm sure every time she sees me, she's like, oh no, like these kids are about to get riled up. And I'm no good at helping with discipline, like in the classroom, like classroom management, because it's not my place. I really feel like it's not my place. I can only tell the individual students like, hey, be quiet, be respectful. But to like shout at all of them, that's not my place. And I feel like there is the administration, because sometimes administration will come in and they'll do it themselves. They'll be like, hey, listen to your teacher, you know? And like there are times where someone will come in and be like, hey, why are you standing up? And then the teacher will have to explain, okay, I took their chair privileges away because they did XYZ. And they're like, oh, okay. Well then, what, and it's those moments that I'm like trying to avoid because I don't know. I don't know what's happening in the classroom. Like, I don't know the teacher system, and my tactic has always been when I'm coming into an established place, whether it's work or a classroom or a house where everyone has a role and there's a hierarchy or a system. I am at the teacher's like beck and call. If the teacher doesn't, I don't want to disrupt the flow. I don't want to be, I don't want to be a nuisance. And it is all so in my head, but because at the end of the day I have to do my job, and as much as I would rather like have my own place outside of the classroom so I can bring the kids in and we can work privately, that would be such a relief. But I don't think that's possible because there's just not a place. And I don't know, I'm looking into it. But still, today what happened was that class specifically with that context and how I am, I knew that I probably wasn't going to stay till the end of the day, which is when I see that class. But they were walking and I wanted to kind of give them some stickers because they've been so good and they've been asking for stickers. And I brought some extras today and I saw them walking and I decided to give them some. My intention was to have them, like, it would have taken too long to like, I don't know what I was thinking. It would have taken too long to have them like sit there and choose one. But instead I gave them the whole sticker sheet because again, they were walking. And that created chaos. That all the kids flipped their heads, turned around, they started like freaking out and they started asking me, can I have one? Can I have one? And it got out of control. And the teacher was, I don't even know. She basically says, give that to me, to the kid. And I sit there, I'm like, no, what have I done? What have I done? I've created a whole mess. And she says, get back in line, get back in line. And I just say, I'm sorry in like a whisper. But at the end of the day, I had to go. And like, well, I was leaving. So I kind of squeezed my way out of there. And the whole time I'm just like, oh my God, what did I do? I just made being in line such a problem for this teacher. And she's always been nice. And I just feel like I'm such a burden. And it's really getting to me. And I don't know why. And I'm like, and I sit there and I think about it. I'm like, it's okay. Your teacher's like you. You have to do your job no matter what. It's not going to be perfect arrangement every time. And I just want to make her life easier, not harder. And it's so difficult for me. And the other day, I was talking to a student and I was telling them, hey, you said you wanted to be here, but now you're acting like this. And the teacher heard and she said, she starts reprimanding the student. And I didn't know what to do. Like, I couldn't look at her. I don't know why. Like, my eye contact with the other teachers is so bad. And it really is like a submissive thing. Like, I'm a guest in your house and I do not want to come in and rearrange things for what's best for me. If I came in and, there are teachers who don't really like care to make space for me, and I start grabbing the chairs that I think that I need and start making the table and the desk and finding the corner that I want, I feel like that's crazy because I don't know what the teacher system are. I don't know if they have centers, which they usually do. I don't know if they have like a way to do things. They always do. So I'm like, let the teacher tell me what's okay. And I learned these, sometimes people don't communicate, a lot of times. And I have to learn these things by being observant, by getting a feel, like watching, and maybe asking a little question here and there. But I really put myself into a box because, hi, sorry. Guys, this is Onyx. Vení. No empieces con el... ¿Qué pasó? ¿Dónde vas? ¿Qué pasó? Ow. You wanted to hang out. Okay. Well, anyway. I just put myself in such a box because I could be bolder. I could ask more questions. I could have introduced myself better. I could... I plan to apologize to that teacher and say, I'm so sorry for the disruption. Like they have every right to tell me like, hey, please don't do that. Like, please don't like give the students stuff like right when we're in the middle of walking towards a location that we need to be at. which is completely true and valid, and I shouldn't have done that. And you know, maybe I had the best intentions, but like the impact was bad, and I kind of left her to pick up the pieces. And I'm making it sound like I've blown a building up, but it's really something where I'm just like, Joe, you could have done so much better at this. Like, be an adult. And I do plan to apologize to her, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it. So in my brain, I'm just like, hey, I just want to apologize for the interrupting the line. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the best way to say it, and I feel awful. I really do. And I make myself so meek. Oh my God, in these situations where I feel like I have no authority, or I'm just like barely, I don't know. I feel like I should be doing a better job. I feel like I should be doing a better job as a person, but also in the classroom. Like, I should have more command of, you know, nobody, and it's true. My cousin was telling me this. No one can do what you do, and no one can, like, you know, do it how you do it. But I don't feel like that's true. I feel like it's true to a sense, but I feel like, you know, they could get anyone, you know, they could get anyone in here, but I'm there, and I feel like I'm doing a good job. But I feel like for the corporation, maybe I could be doing better. And just as like a person talking to other people, teachers specifically, I could be doing so much better. And like, there's this woman who, like, when I walk through the front door to get into school every single day, I say the same thing. I just say, like, good morning, it's Joe. And I'm afraid to say anything else, because I don't remember her name. And like, I remember it starts with an A, and I don't really know like their names, but I still have trouble remembering kids' names. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm not good at it, but I'm working on it. I'm always am, but I don't know why I feel like maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I bother her as well, which is crazy, because sometimes she'll tell me, okay, you're free to go, open the door. And I'm trying to open the door, and it doesn't work. And I feel like that's like, and it's happened so many times where I go to open the door and it won't open. And she's like, just open it. And I'm like, ugh, and I'm using force. And it's not the type of door where you use force. But because the door's not open, I want her to see that I'm actually trying it. But that's happened so many times where she's either had to come and open it herself, or she's had to like, I'm sorry, or she's had to like reopen it, and just like, ugh, and it's wild. So like, there's like 3 doors to get into the school. First door to get into the office, and then I have to buzz in, and I say the same thing every day. Good morning, it's Joe. And you know, they let me in, and I say thank you. I go in, I say good morning, and they buzz me in again so I can get to the second door, which is like the lobby area of the school. And then there's a third door to get into like the media and the classrooms. And the third door I usually get stuck behind, because I don't either reach it in time, or I do reach it in time, but I just can't get it open. Luckily, there's always people around who can like help me. But I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, it has to be specific to me, because I do feel like a certain level of irritation with her having to like reopen it. And I'm sorry. I just wish I had my own key. And I truly feel like that would solve so many issues. But I work at that school, like, not like on a contract, but still as a contractor. But I really don't want to bother anyone. And I keep asking myself, Joe, you are worthy of taking up space. You think you're worthy of luxury, but you don't think you're worthy of taking up space? Or maybe you're worthy of being a burden. You're worthy of having people figure out how to help you. You're worthy of taking up people's time. You're worthy of entering the classroom and helping these kids. And you're worthy of making mistakes. You are worthy of that. I oddly feel so much better. A lot of kids were sick today. I should have bought them Valentine's Day stickers, but I just brought them regular stickers. Anyway, that's my worry for today. I don't know if I'm going back to school today because they're doing a bunch of Valentine's Day activities. I don't think it's worth it. Especially since my brother's in town today and Monday we have off. So it won't be until Tuesday that I apologize. Which is, I'm so sorry to her. Maybe usually in these cases they just forget, but if she reprimands me and tells me not to do that, I 100% have to just eat it. And maybe it's just not a big deal. And it probably isn't, but God. I blame my dad because the fear of being scolded makes me do absolutely crazy things. Like, what? It's insane. But I'm a person, and I'm worthy of making mistakes. So, anyway, thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey to Tamil. Bye. Wish me luck, y'all.